guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we are going to be getting ourselves a mob spawner set up with a selective mob inside of a spawner. So I hope you guys are ready. So today I want to go ahead and prep myself for resource generation, right? We should be able to get our hands on resource generation at this point. And it's not going to take too much to get there. By the way, look at this. Zombies now have like full diamond armor on them. It takes so much to kill them. We really need to take the modifiers that we have on this. Oh no! Yeah, that just happened. Well, at least it didn't like break everything. You know, just the main parts. It literally just broke. So to fix this, I think we just need to place the boiler casings back. But still, like really, that creeper had to do that. It seriously couldn't have just not blown up. Then again, I could have just, made the area a little bit brighter. Anyways, I have this system running now. I actually have 3 of these running. And I went ahead and replaced our water pump with an electric pump for mechanism, and I threw 4 speed upgrades and 4 energy upgrades in there, and have it just hooked up to our normal power. Everything should be running pretty good with this. It does use a little bit more power, so we're using about 120 RF per tick, and this is filling up. Now, I want to also use this to get water elsewhere, so we'll actually be able to use this pump. It'll be multi-purposed, so that'd be pretty nice. And as far as energy, I'm only running everything off of this now. I've actually shut down my actual diesel generator here for one, I want to let some of this stuff build up. Like oil should still be going into here. I have this off. So really oil, like the byproducts of this shouldn't be being deleted, or is it? No, this should not be deleting our fluid here. This should actually be going into this and then filling up whatever internal buffer this has. I need to make sure, because making sure that's doing its thing and not actually going there, because there should be 2 fluids that are coming out of this. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I'm going ahead and shut this off. I'm not too worried about it. We're not even using that to power things right now. So what I want to get done today, and if I'm getting distracted again. By the way, I did move one of these guys over here. Now, for some reason, they're like super white, the like outside, but the bigger you get them, you know, the better they look. Which I named this one Chungus, as I'm making it super healthy, and it's eating all kinds of weird stuff. Like I was feeding it all kinds of craziness, like flint and steel and things like that. Right now, it's wanting to eat baked potatoes. And I think I want to work on getting its damage up, but also make it as big as possible. I want to end up feeding that thing and having a huge version of it. Anyways, back on topic. Yeah, we need to get ourselves some garden cloches set up. So I have some stuff in list showing you what I want to make. Hopefully get some of it done today. I need a garden cloche set up. I need an ender tank. We need a cardboard box. This is going to be very important for later on when we start to work on the interconnect. The interconnect and I believe the structure... actually, no, it's just the interconnect. We need black concrete. To get black concrete, we're going to need black dye powder. To get black dye powder, of course, there is a good way to do it. We could use squids. That's one thing that we could do. We might even be able to get like a spawner changer. I don't know how crazy this would be. We'd have to go through actually additions to get there. Still not horrible to do, but a spawner changer would let us like capture a squid, and then we could just have unlimited ink sacs. That's a possibility. But what I was thinking about doing was actually just going after withers, since we need wither skeletons anyways. So we might as well just capture a spawner, and then maybe we could convert that spawner into a wither skeleton spawner, and maybe go after that. You know, that sounds like a way better plan. But before we even start working on that, let's get our garden cloches set up. And I think I might place some garden cloches over here, so we already have like an industrial plant area. Might as well do that, and it'll actually be fed right into the back. So for that, we are going to need some water. So let's go ahead and set up some water. All we need to do that is we need to make a couple of ender tanks. And these ender tanks are then going to be hooked in And it looks like I need to go to the nether anyways, or blaze rod. Let's see, blaze. No, I don't. Yeah, so with these, we should be able to hook them right into our water supply, and bam, we have water that we can just, you know, send wherever we want, right? Okay, I have the rod one on there. So I should be good. Yeah, this, I should remember that. This doesn't work that way. I still never fixed that. You guys told me that I just need to extend this out one more, and it would work. But it also might be something to do with this underneath here. By the way, having fence underneath really kind of trips it up as well. Yeah, no, I have to actually drop this on the conveyor belt. Later on, I'll have it all set up so I don't have to do this. This will be actually automated. So I have plenty of blue dye powder, so I might as well dye this all blue for the water. And these two are connected tanks, so all we got to do now is just get them hooked up, and so we'll have infinite water for anything that needs it. And of course, we can make more of these if need be. And that pump should totally be able to handle anything we throw at it. So to get this hooked up, bam, all I have to do is just hook it in, and so this pump will keep that filled up. What we're going to use this for, like I said, is our garden cloches. The garden cloches are actually going to need a bit of water to work. So garden cloches are not too expensive to make. Like, they're actually pretty cheap, and I think we're going to get started with just one of them for right now. So we'll use a single garden cloche, and I kind of like to use a drawer. So I built all these drawers that we had before, so I was like, you know what, they probably come in handy, you know, having these. We can just place them directly on here, and I think they automatically export right out onto it, I think. We might have to use a conveyor belt, I don't remember. It's been a little bit of time. And we might be able to even hook in, let's see, a HV. Actually, let's try LV. I don't know if low voltage cables is going to be enough for this. I don't even know if low voltage cables will work when connected to that machine. It might. We can use insulated low voltage cable. And let's see, does this actually give it power? Okay, it does not give it power. I was wondering if that was going to be the case. So we might need another transformer. That might be something we need. Or, you know what? I'll just switch. I'll just use my my RF Tools power cell that we have just laying around. I need to make more of these, but this will definitely get this going. And that should totally give it power. Yes, it has power now. Okay, so what do I need from here? We are going to need lots and lots of cactus. And I might as well just grab some sand. I don't think I have any cactus actually on me, but I do have some up here. Because this is where I was farming my little bit of cactus. There we go. So all we need is one piece. And this should get us cactus at a decent rate. And if I need to make more, I can make more. But as we're working on other things, we should be able to handle this. So there's our cactus, and we just have to get water hooked into it, and we can pump that right into there. So pipe. And let's see, fluid pipe. I think we have another one from Cyclic. Hook that into here and into there, and there we go. So this cactus should grow. Wow, look at it, it's growing pretty fast. Now, as far as exporting directly into this drawer, don't remember that if that's a thing or not. We're going to find out as soon as it makes its first. And then if we have any bone meal, this can help it grow a little bit faster, I think. We can slap some bone meal in here, and then this will raise our growth modifier a little bit. So our fertilizer amount will go up. So we'll just sit here, and I'll see if this actually generates any. And, oh, yeah, it automatically goes in here. Perfect. That's what I was hoping. I thought it did that. Thought it automatically put them in there. So now that this is going in here, we can kind of just sit back and wait for a little bit while we work on other things, so that way we have all of the green dye that we're going to need. So it's been a little bit since I've messed around with chisel, but I do remember that I have to cut these into two separate versions. We have regular quartz and then the chiseled quartz, and that's going to get us the aesthetic and other, because I need to make the actual empower, because to get that spawner changer, we're really going to need that. That's how we're going to make a spawner, and that's how we're going to actually get the wither skeleton into a spawner, so we can actually pick the spawner up. So overall, all we need is 15 of each of these two different types, and that should be able to get us the empowers, it does look like I'm going to need a few more advanced coils, but shouldn't be too difficult to get. The only thing is just basically grinding out the coils, because these coils are not like the cheapest thing in the world. Like, you need MV cable, and I mean, to get Electrum is not too difficult. Actually, we might have some Electrum. Nope, no Electrum. So I'm going to have to make some. So that's silver and gold. So really, yeah. Looks like more processing. So there we go. That should be everything for our empower setup. I have my empower and my 4 display stands. Now, the empower itself doesn't actually need power, but the display stands do, which might seem a little bit weird, but I have my power set up right here, right in our big room down here, that all of these should now fill up with power. And we have to kind of start getting the immersive, or getting the actually additions blocks set out, the empowered stuff. So we have Restonia, Palace, Diamantine, and then the Void Crystal, which is coal. And then we have the Emerald Datic. Yes, all of these different things. But the big thing we're going to need is going to be the empowered Diamantine. So the best way to do this is via blocks. So we're going to need light blue powder, 2 clay, and a clay block. All of that is so simple to get. And then the Diamantine, well, that's just diamonds that have been thrown in. So like if I do 9, that have been thrown into our empower. So very simple to get this stuff set up. Hopefully there's been nothing changed. That's usually what would happen, is like I have a plan and then I go to execute on that plan, and then I realize, oh, this recipe has been dramatically changed. I should probably check beforehand. But so all we need is block of clay and 2 pieces of clay that die, and that literally should be it. So all I got to do is combine this to make the block. Pop down here, place down the block, place down the split, 1 apiece, the light blue, voila, and the clay. And there we go. You should see some laser lights. For me, I'm not seeing the laser lights, but I kind of see them. Kind of. Normally you'd see the color that's corresponding to it. I'm at the point where I'm getting really close to like ripping the shaders off. Like, I don't know if I should or not, but I'm getting very close. Like, it's almost like they've almost run their course. So because I've broken spawners previously, now we got ourselves a spawner changer. I'm going to use this on a wither skeleton that should be able to pick the wither skeleton up. We do need to get a spawner, and I don't think the spawners have the like decay thing if we bring them into the overworld. I don't remember, or even if we move them, but I do know that we can go ahead and create a box, and this is a simple way to pick up a spawner. And as far as I see, nothing is actually blacklisted that you can't pick up. So if I wanted to like pick up this machine, I could pick it up. Like if I wanted to pick this up, I can just pop it in a box, break the box, and then when we wanted to place it back down, we just place it back down, right? And call it good, right? How do you unbox it? Don't actually remember. I thought it was shift right click, but oh, you got to be far away, because yeah, if you shift right click with the box, it's actually picking up the machine. Like, yeah, so don't do that. You got to be a little bit of ways in order to get this. You know, I've been teleporting around an awful lot. How about we make ourselves a Ender book? I think that would probably be a good idea. Like, so we can like teleport locally and not need to like worry about all this. Emerald. Let's go ahead and pull out a little bit of emerald, and then we'll get this done. Get this done. There's no reason why I should be like doing things the way I'm doing them, right? Okay, so let me grab the packager right here, and I'll just throw 9 emeralds onto the platform, and that should be good. That'll get us a block of it, and then we can make this book that'll let us teleport from place to place. Like that should have been something we were doing a while back ago. So here's my book. So I can sit there and save multiple locations. Like I can save this to like home, for example, home, or base, or whatever you want to call it. And then when I fly over to the Ender portal, or not the Ender portal, the Nether portal, when I fly over there, I can just set another location so that way I can just teleport back and forth. And like I don't really want a nether portal over here, so, and plus I kind of like the place that this one's at. It's really close to everything. And by the way, there is one of our, like that's another thing, we can place one here. Now I don't know if it lets you do cross-dimensional travel. Sometimes it's configured, it will let you, sometimes it won't. It all depends. But like for right now, I can just say, okay, let's set this to nether portal. And then we'll create that. And now we should be able to teleport back and forth just like this. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. So let's go get some work done in the nether. So here we are in the nether. I've already set my portal, so I didn't forget that. We need to find a wither skeleton. So that shouldn't be too hard. Look at there. There's one like literally right here. So I'm going to pick up this guy by just right clicking with the spawner changer. And if you've never seen the spawner changer, it is pretty sick. Also, let's avoid all of this madness. And we're going to pop in. We're going to change this spawner and then pick it up with the cardboard box. Oh man, it's crazy. This right here is literally the spawner. And now we can just take it back home with us. It's that simple. So if I wanted to get away with placing this spawner and I didn't want to do a whole lot of building, what's the best way to do that? Well, it's going to be the builder. So the builder is such an amazing tool, and we're going to utilize its amazing powers for building. And we're going to build just a simple spawner changer that's going to go, our spawner room that's going to go right next to us. So for this, we're going to need some cobble, and we can use all kinds of different variants of cobble. I'm actually going to probably mix and match a few, and the fun thing is it'll actually mix and match them for me. So if I incorporate some of this cobble brick into this mix, even add just some regular cobblestone itself, or really any material at all, it'll try its best to mix it in. And that's a great way to do it. Now, we can just define a very simple box without getting too far into Art of Tools and the builder with just a simple shape card itself. So this shape card, I can specify that I want a 9 by 9 by 9 building. So this is our 9 by 9 cube. I don't want it solid though. I want it hollow. So the inside of this should now be hollow. But the problem is this is 9 by 9 from the corners. And then when you think about a 9 by 9 box for a spawner, you have your spawner in the middle, and then it goes out 4 blocks in each direction, which means this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which means the hollow part needs to be 9. So if 9, then it'll be 10, 11. So really what we need is an 11 by 11 cube. So if we do 11 by 11, that will leave us with a 9 by 9 by 9 chamber inside. Now we don't actually need it to be that tall, because I believe they can only spawn about 2 blocks above the spawner itself, and then below is about 2 blocks below the spawner itself. So, I'm going to make it, I think, 9 tall. I don't want it to be a perfect square. And then inside that 9, I will place the spawner in there. And I think this is going to be a great box right here. It's going to be a great start. Now we keep this shape card, and what we can do is we can just pop it inside of our builder, and then we can view where this thing's going to be. And as you can see, oh, no, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Whew, thank goodness you're a lot larger than normal. Yes, how about you go somewhere and like sit. You know what? I have this thing that we made. We could just move you. How about you just stay there? Please? Just stay there. Thank you. So if you noticed, when I displayed the box, it's not where I want it to be. We're actually in the box right now. So I need to offset this a little bit. To do that, we need to kind of know what direction we're actually facing. To do that, you can, of course, use your map. And we can kind of see that in this direction, we're facing east. And if we F3, we can't actually see any of the important information. But I think it's like X and Y. So this would technically like be the Y coordinate. So this will take it up and down, and this will take it from left to right. And I think if you go positive, this will go right. So if I set this to 15 on this axis because of the direction we're facing, which is east, consider this one north and south. If you go up, it's north, down, it's south. This is up to go up to go right, down to go left, I think. I could be completely wrong. Let's see. And I am completely wrong. So apparently this takes me south. So this will be right. All right, let's pull this back in. Let's set this to 15 and set this to 0 because we don't really need that to change. There we go. So it's basically the opposite of what I said. Now I do want to bring this up to match this level. So let's go ahead and change this a little bit. Let's set this to like, I don't know, 11. That'd be a good start. And that'll bring it a little bit closer, or actually 10. And then I want to bring this up. So we need to go positive 5 for right now. And I want to see. I want to actually get this level with this platform. So that's too much. So let's bring it down. And you do want to remove your box. That'll be kind of handy. Here's 2. And that looks like it is almost on the level. I think we are like 1 off. So set this to 3. Then we should be right on the money. And then I can bring this a little bit closer. 8 here. And that should show us a little bit better. Okay. So let's take a look at it here because it's hard to see with our eyes. There we go. So we do know that this is actually on our level. Perfect. So this is the size of the cube that we are going to be building. And all we got to do is just supply it with the blocks and it should easily build it. So let's go ahead and get a chest. Simple chest. And just like we built the airship, just like we copied the airship over, or the balloon, we should be able to do it here. I went ahead and made myself a power cell. Let's set this to out. Slap that on there. Get herself a lever. And we're just about ready to go, right? All I gotta do is put the blocks in here that I want it to build with. And we could randomize this even more. So like if you want this to be really randomized, I think you can just like split the blocks up all over the different places. And it'll work this way. But you could use another machine that would actually allow you to specify where you want the blocks to be. I know this sounds crazy, but there is a composer, and that composer will actually do that for you. Because it's going to randomly choose slots in this to pick the blocks from. So there we go. We got something that are randomly split up. And all we got to do is flip the lever. And look at that. We now have a random box. And inside is going to be completely hollow. So long as we gave it enough items, which we didn't. So let's grab some more cobble. And let's make sure we give it enough cobblestone to build this thing fully. Let's go ahead and chisel. We'll grab some of that. And I just want to chisel a few of the different types here. Perfect. Throw that in there. And that should finish up the box. Just like that. All right, so we'll flip this off. And here we have it. This is exactly what we wanted, right? Perfect. So we have our box that is all situated. The only thing we don't have is light in here, which of course we don't want light in it later, but for right now, light is going to be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the spawner set up. That should be sort of like right here in the center of this room. Like 2 should be fine down. 2 down should be fine. I'm going to go 3 down. That should be even better. Place our spawner. And then I'll remove the box when I'm ready. But for right now, I'm going to leave it in the box. And I guess we could get some water that's going to flow in here. Like that. Or actually, you know what? Vector plates might actually be the better option for this. We can utilize vector plates for moving them around. I think this will be way better. So now that I have this sort of set up and we have our placement here of vector plates, now I can, remove this. And we should be able to get these guys to spawn. Now, I'm pretty sure Apotheosis is not in here. I don't think so. Because Apotheosis would make this amazing to have this spawner. But this spawner is just your standard spawner. Nothing too special about it. And I really only need it for some, just simple things. So it still has its mechanics, right? We need to be like within 16 blocks of this thing in order for it to even work, right? It's not going to work on its own. We actually need to be somewhere near it. And you can see that one just did spawn, right? and it's going to get pushed along and blah, blah, blah. And we can, of course, kill it ourselves and do all the fun stuff. I'm not going to be killing this one. I'm going to have it set up so if I'm down here, I'm AFKing or whatever it may be, I can have this doing the work for me, right? This thing should be able to do the work. So let's see. This is Industrial Foregoing. And so with Industrial Foregoing, we have a couple of range upgrades. I'm going to slap a range 5. Just for whatever reason, it should be able to reach this whole area. If we show it, like, it's going to, yeah, definitely cover this whole area. They won't even get to the end, right? And yeah, we should get a good amount. I'm after these wither bones. This wither bones equals black dye. And that's what I'm going to need a lot of. A lot of black dye. So let's go ahead and power this. There we go. And there, as you can see, it just totally destroyed them. No problem whatsoever. And then we could use an item pipe to extract the items out of here quickly. And we can move them into a chest. You know, why not? Why not move them into like any of the chests that we have? We just have, I'm just going to go with or actually, how about a crate? How about a small storage crate? That just seems like a smart idea. There we go. So there's a small storage crate, and these are the items that we're going to get from this. Along with that, we're going to get some fluid essence. Now, I think I would want to store this in a tank, and I want to store it in a big tank, and a black hole tank is probably going to be the best option for that. But yeah, as you can see, it requires a machine case. So for right now, I'm just going to stick with whatever tank I can come across. I think Mechanism has a really great fluid tank. Yeah, that's upgradable. And you can upgrade this thing pretty fast. Like this one holds 14, this one holds 28 buckets of it. And then we can go to the Elite and keep going from there. And yeah, this starts to hold a lot of buckets of fluid. So let's just go ahead and go with this one. And then we can go fluid pipe. And we have a lot of the pipes, but I want fluid. I could do fluid lasers, but fluid lasers, by the way, are really awesome. They are literally the best pipe you can have because they're instant transfer of fluid. There is no fluid tick time that you have to wait. It is instant. It is from one end to the other and goes right in the machine. So let's go ahead and make this. I'm glad this isn't the expensive part. It's crazy that it requiring brick makes it expensive at all, but it is what it is, right? So for a tank, we can just throw this down. And there we go. We have the essence that's being stored. Because I do want to save this essence. It's going to be useful later on. And all I got to do now is just close this off. I don't want any light getting in here. I want this to be as dark as possible to make sure that their spawn rate is as best as possible. Right? And that's how it should be. So I know I'm pushing it for time, but I do want to get this last bit in. Basically, I just created myself another advanced smeltery. The advanced smelting factory, I haven't fully put the upgrades in. But I do have 4 upgrades each on here. They will accept 8, but they're blazing fast, even with just 4. Like, this is incredibly fast, and it only has 4 speed upgrades in it. And honestly, they're super cheap to make. The only thing it's going to require, though, make sure when you put the speed upgrades, you also put the power upgrades, because it's still, to use all of these slots at once, it is costing me upwards of almost 350 RF per tick to run this machine. Which we totally have. We totally have the power, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, man, this is super fast. And as you can see, I'm getting all the black dye, I'm getting all the green dye and white dye powder that I'm going to need for this, because to make these, I need this lithiumite. So lithiumite requires lime, green dye powder, and all of this stuff, right? So a bunch of flint as well. Flint we can easily get. That's just with, yeah, we can get flint, no problem. But we're going to need a bunch of this stuff. And so, yeah, that's a thing. By the way, let me take a look, though. So for flint, is there better ways of getting it? Oh, yeah, we can just throw gravel in here. So, of course, I'm pretty sure I have plenty of gravel. And so, yeah, just to get flint, it's the same process. You're going to want to get into Mechanism. Oh, Mechanism is so worth that initial investment to get into this. Wait, that's breaking that down into sand. Oh, what was that? That was getting the flint then. I thought that was it was an enrichment chamber, wasn't it? No. Purification chamber. Oh, it's the crusher itself. Oh. Well, we have access to a crusher. That's for sure. And then I can also throw it to a millstone. That's going to get us flint. That's a block of flint, though. Okay, so yeah, definitely a crusher from Actual Additions is the way to go with this. I mean, I guess we could use the sand, but gravel, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and toss this in our other machine. Now, I think next episode we should be able to get everything built. It's just going to be a lot of crafting. But once we get there, we should be good. I know this setup looks crazy, but it's just so I can turn this off so we can actually get the items in the chest, so our items don't end up going inside of here. We're getting pretty low on the electrodes. And I don't remember if these... Yeah, I don't think these could be enchanted. And somebody said that the magma one can actually... Let's see. Magma anvil. The repair anvil from Cyclic. They said that it can repair it. But it does require lava in order to repair. So... I don't know how practical that is at this moment. Of course, later on we can get... pretty much anything we want as far as like lava or whatever it would be. There's lava fabricators and things like that. There we go. So yeah, this is producing flint, and that's going to be great. So I have all these different things running, and that should be just about all the materials that we're going to need to get this started. Minus your iron and redstone, which I think redstone I have to go farm a little bit for. But everything else is fine. The inner concrete, this I already have a hydrator. My hydrator is actually over here, connected to my infinite water source. So right here is my hydrator. Anything I throw in here will immediately get infused with water and will be great. So we don't have to sit there and place down a single block of concrete, wait, mine it, place again, mine it, up, you know how it goes. So as always, I want to give a huge shout out to, of course, one of my Patreons, and that is going to go to Alex Gooselink. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for going above and beyond and being a Patreon. And guys, if you guys want your own sign in the world, check out the Patreon link down in the description below. There are some other ideas that we might be able to do the further we get into this mod pack. And you guys are honestly the reason why I'm still able to continue doing Let's Plays that are as long as these. Because if you've noticed, views tend to fall off after about 30 episodes or so. So to be able to continue doing awesome things in mod packs such as these, I really do need support from Patreon and things like that. So thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely the boss and the reason why I'm able to continue doing what I'm doing. So guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, of course, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.